Hello, okay, it seems that we're live now. We had a tiny issue with the logistics actually. Hello everyone, my name is Maru and I founded an animation studio last year actually here in Tokyo in Japan. That's where I'm streaming from. It's just half an hour past noon in here. I'm checking the chat and everything. We're streaming on Twitch and YouTube on the same time, as we often do. And we took a break of 6 weeks, which is odd. I'll explain you more about that and why it happened and what has been going on until now. From those times, as always, feel free to just comment on the chat or anywhere. Basically comment on the chat or on the comments if you're watching this later. The video should keep on YouTube for later viewing and on Twitch as well, but I think in Twitch deletes videos that are a bit old, like a week or 2 weeks old, I think. At least as the current settings. I'm checking that everything's working. Yeah, because I haven't streamed in a while, I was scared to make like some sort of mistake with the settings, but it's good now. So today I will be explaining, as I said, something what's been going on and what's coming in the future of it. Meanwhile, I am animating this. So basically this is animation that was sort of done on a slow motion basis, but now we have to add more in-betweens. And I changed a bit the timing, so I'm adding myself more keyframes so the animators can look at work. So yeah, I will be inking this couple. Am I vaccinated? I had the first shot a couple of weeks ago and I'm getting the next one next week. So almost half done. How are you, Andres? And by the way, welcome in. How's it going? Right, let me take out my tools. It's even stopping now. It just started raining like crazy a moment ago. You may have even been able to hear it from my microphone. It was forecasted 0 rain today, which was odd because the last week and a half it's just rains and typhoons and so on. But yeah, it's raining a lot again. Okay, so let me prepare this. I'll wait a bit until maybe in case some of you join us and I start inking with this. Before explaining everything, okay, you need to be black ink, good. How did you leave the summer games? I'm fine, by the way. It's good that you're fine. How did I leave the summer games? Okay, so obviously there were no visitors. You cannot visit and go to the Olympic Games, which is what I think you're referring to. How I lived it personally is that there was a state of emergency going on. So I did try to stay away from like places with lots of people and so on, but then I was in the middle of pulling out my wisdom teeth, so I had to go to like Shibuya and places that, okay, they're crowded. Like the appointments were already done and everything. So a bit scaring, that part, because the cases are going up on the coronavirus. Well, there was some talk about it with people. There was lots of games on the TV, especially focused on the Japanese athletes. The most interesting anecdote I would have is that, and I think it's related to the games, is that, okay, so right now in Japan there's barely foreigners unless you're living in Japan or you're related to the Olympics. There's no tourists, okay? No tourists from other countries. So I thought people will expect me, even if I don't exactly look like an athlete, will expect me to be related to them. So I thought that could be the case and I would get like more questions about, okay, can you show me your visa, like the residence card or something. What happened, the most similar, like odd thing that happened is that I was walking one day coming from groceries and there was this like this old lady I will just give an age to get an average with, like very small, thin, maybe 80-year-old old lady, and she looked at me. I was wearing mask and so on, and I know she smiled, like from the eyes, she smiled, and she was like, hey, like doing a reverence and then walking, like she was super happy to meet me. It's like, first I was thinking, because it's my neighborhood, right? So I was like, do I know her from somewhere? Because like we do know some neighbors and elderly neighbors. I was like, what did I miss? Hi. And then I thought maybe it's because of that. She may have thought I was, like just a visitor or something like that. So that's the most related anecdote I guess I have to tell about that. There's also the polemics and the opinions going around on Olympics yes, Olympics no. Is this the sensible thing to do? But well, they happened, so I guess it's pointless now to discuss. Well, actually the Paralympics are happening now, but yeah. Hey Ramon, long time no see you. Wish everyone's doing great. Yeah, same. I hope everyone's doing great. How has it been going? In a while, in a moment, I'll start talking about what's been going on and what's coming on in the future. For now, I'm just inking this little girl, adding keyframes. Wow, my computer is starting to be like, whoa, we're online and you're painting and you have so many softwares open. Woo. Actually, give me a moment, I'll check that everything is alright, because sometimes I get messages from people like, oh no, your mic is off or something like that. It's fine. Okay. I hope everyone's fine. It's a bit later than my usual stream time as well, but not by much. It's like half an hour later than usual, because lately I'm eating in a very structured manner. Like breakfast at sometime past 8, lunch at 12, and I have some sort of snack or big-ish meal at 3 and dinner at 6. It's so structured. I mean, unless, like there may be a coffee or something in between, but that's why I wanted to like just keep my structure a bit. So thank you very much for your understanding in that. Okay, so the eyes move fast. Why everyone have Hispanic names and don't know a word of Spanish on here? Really, I speak Spanish. But that's not the language we use for this stream, so I'm glad to know that everyone here, even with Hispanic names, and I'm pretty sure at least 2 of us speak Spanish or Mexican or other variants. I don't think it's a dialect, it's like, it's Spanish, but from here and from there. Anyway, I appreciate that everyone can at least communicate in English, because then we can talk with other friends that only speak that language, or that not only speak the language, but like it's like the common language we have in this community so far. By the way, I'm very happy with how the community is going. I started the Discord after. Okay, so basically we have a Discord community. And if you don't know Discord, it's basically like a chatting, email sharing, call sort of platform with like varied channels when you can have like various discussions with people that's online, or they can read it later. And it's going very well. I'm very happy with the people we have there and the engagement. It's like very informal communication, like there's not like a big I have to post something, or like this is only for artists. It's just good, Many of people there are artists or are related to that, because I mean this studio is about animation, so we will have some sort of art related topics, but for feedback and things like that. I'm very happy how it's going. By the way, if you want to join the Discord, I have a link here. It's free to join. My parents are from Spain, so that's the reason why. I see. Ooh, have you visited? I say I haven't been in Spain in almost 2 years now. It's close to 2 years now. It will be more than 2 years by the time I get back there. I'm planning, hoping I can visit in December, but yeah, it depends a bit on the travel situation in the world. Learning English and Japanese are good, thank you. Well, my Japanese, I must say, yesterday I had to make for my other job, so background, I have 2 jobs right now. I have a part-time job and this job, like the animation job. I'm working on a commission today, and I had to do a call. And I hope that, okay, call Japanese because it's a call in Japan, but then they would direct me to someone who spoke English. No such luck. I had to defend myself and sell my case in Japanese. I must say I succeeded in the call itself. I did not succeed on why I was calling. But given all the circumstances, I don't think it would have changed much if I was actually in the Japanese and had a native level, because maybe it was too late for what we were asking. But hey, I survived. Communication happened. I may not have got my goal, but communication happened. I understood what the other people were saying, they understood what I wanted, so that's successful, right? How ended is your project, Mar? Yeah, I visited my parents' country a lot, oftentimes on holidays and Christmas. That's cool. Hello, Zionis. Okay, so we are more now, and I've just been asked about this project. So let me talk about what has been going on in the last weeks, and how is this project going, what are the next steps, and so on. So let me say for a moment, hydrate and get ready for a story. A hell of a country, in the good way or the bad way. I mean, Spain has many things, many topics we could talk about. Good and bad, I would say, good and bad in different topics. Okay, so what's been going on? A little story behind this. So this is what I'm working on right now is a commission that's for a musician. Basically, they want our studio to animate their song, right? So we have an animated music video. That's what we're creating. And the project was meant to last from April, that we were starting to discuss. Yeah, I think it was or late March. But yeah, like around April we started this focused. And actually yesterday was the deadline when I had to deliver it. And then we would have had a couple of weeks for revisions, change things okay, let's change the title, change this tiny animation, this color. That's what usually happens in 1-2 weeks. Usually it's done. So I was working very hard. We were working very, very hard, like the full team. We were 8. Do not let me take credit for this because it's a lot of teamwork. So we were working very hard on it, especially on the month of June and July was very, very tough work. Because the animation, I saw the animation was taking longer than expected to finalize. So that's also why we went offline. I stopped doing the live streams at the point, because then we could focus more time on the animation itself, and I don't have to think about, okay, so if I have a live stream on Wednesday and I can only show this cut, then let me put that cut there, and then today I work in something else, and I was just focused on this project itself. So that's why we had a break. The thing is, this project was finished last week, actually. A bit earlier, I went on a little trip. And we showed it to the client. And the thing is, they liked it, he liked it, but he requested more. much more actually, much more animation, much more in-betweens, like different cuts, different changes. So we decided, like we changed the deal basically, so we adapted the budget to all the changes, and like I call it like level up, because we're leveling up the value. Like the production was done, it was fine, right? Like there were no mistakes. Maybe a couple of things we wanted to change, but no mistakes in itself. But we said, okay, we want to level up like these cuts for these changes, this because blah blah blah. So right now the production would take another months. I will not tell the deadline, but yeah, it will take another few months to finish. So the backgrounds are done, so it will mostly be animation and some cuts I can share. That's why we're sharing this today, because we actually shared this project before on streams, like this cut in specific with the children. On the wood for sure have a really good weather, people, food. Yeah, like the weather, the people, the food, it's good. It's good. I mean, not all the people, not all the food, not all the weather, but in general, I would also value that in a very good way, especially in a holiday level. Okay, so back to this project. So basically, as I'm telling, this commission was supposed to last until the end of August. Like yesterday I would have showed it, I showed it much earlier, like to the client, and then by the end of the month it should have been wrapped up. But we are extending it, and at the same time we're actually we will most likely work in another project which is much shorter but still a very good one. And that means that mostly I have work from now until the end of the year. However, and now comes the odd news, because I don't like to inform about changes, because you know it's easier when things just stay the same. But the reality is that I want to keep focusing on this project and the other project that's to come, and make sure that they're well on track. Like right now we have margin. I should have enough margin to keep doing streams weekly, but I believe it's best for the studio that I keep focusing a lot of energy in these two projects itself, and then do streams. Like, let's say irregularly. I will not promise one a month, one a week, one every 2 weeks, one every day. Like, I will not say numbers or like dates, but we'll have less streams. We'll have less streams. I'm not sure about. I don't know if the content itself will change. Actually, let me continue drawing as I explained. Like the content may change a bit. We may go back to interviews and then do only interviews. We may do as we're doing. We may do other types of videos, like especially the YouTube channel, when I keep it live. But the most important thing for the studio are these streams. So, sorry. See, that's why I wanna focus on the art, because then I make mistakes of what I'm saying or what I'm painting. Well, not many, but enough to get my brain very tired. So basically, I wanna focus on the animation work and the studio itself, make sure that it's running as smoothly as possible, make also sure that the finances make sense, because right now the streams are not, they don't bring financial reward. Like even when donations happen, they haven't been paying the expense of all the hours and materials I need to stream. So it helps, like obviously any donation helps, but right now it's me investing my time for it. So I need to focus on what's bringing benefits for, like, profits for the studio, which is the client work, and then invest myself in the rate that makes sense, which is weekly, once a month, maybe not once a year, but more irregular streams on how I believe it will make sense. Cool. Hey, how are you doing? W, so it's not the first time we've seen each other, I know, but I don't. Did you change your username? Maybe you did. So, okay. So this should be done. So this is the animation. Oh, we're missing the little lines on the nose. only 3 if I remember correctly. Okay. Now we'll need 17 here, but for now we need to finish this one. Okay. So those are the news, basically. The most basic news that this commission is going really, really well, in the sense that it was finished on time, actually a bit earlier, after lots of work from the team, and now it's getting extended. Like the project is, like the deadline is extended, so we can add a lot more in-betweens and keep adding value to these like really good music videos. I think this video will be like, if you see the final piece that we've delivered last week, you would say like this is at the level of Return the Favor or a short film, like other short film. Like it's different, like it's much less dynamic. We don't have dragons flying and people fighting, but it's a high level in terms of production, which is always good. It's good news, and I know it will be worth it, because our main thing is animation, and that's what people want us to do, not just streams. So I'm sad about it. I do like streaming itself. It's just another thing to manage, and right now I will be managing soon 2 animated projects, plus my part-time job, plus any private personal life things, like having my teeth changed, things like that. It's a bit sad, but it's necessary. Hey Emil, how is it going? Thank you. Good to hear. Time to polish is always nice, right? I mean, it's good news. Hey, sorry to send the subject. Yeah, let me know. Again, we're streaming on live on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you see me talking of things that make no sense, it's most likely because someone asked something in the other platform where you're not into. So don't mind that. Or ask again if something is unclear. That's fine. Are you working on something for your own studio? Okay, so basically, this is a commission. Okay, so a musician commissioned us and is paying us to create the music video animated. So technically it's not something for my own studio, I guess, like it's not self-produced. The script, so the story is based on the lyrics of the song, but I had a lot of freedom to like set what's the period, where's the location, how are the characters, how do they look like, and everything else. Like we had a lot of freedom to imagine that, and like with scenes, like I made the storyboard basically based on the song, on what I imagined, and then the musician told me like their opinion and so on. So yeah, that's how it works. And we do have some original projects going on, most of them on hold because mostly financial reasons. First we're focusing on freelance work like this type of commissions to make things run well, smoothly, economically, and in the future I would obviously love to have more time for our projects. Oh, you got a music video gig, that's great. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. If you need a break, maybe give your YouTube and Twitch streamers a sneak peek to the storyboards. I don't know if I can show the storyboards itself, but yeah, of course I could keep sharing parts, like GIFs maybe of what I'm working on, things like that. Actually, okay, let me introduce more. So if I'm not doing streams, what am I doing? How can you follow what I'm creating? Because it's not that I just disappear online, right? Basically, for one, we have, as I was mentioning earlier, we have our Discord community. So there I'm more active, like not every day, but every week I send something up and down in some channel. And in there we talk about, I don't know, like art-related stuff. Like some people are artists and they ask for feedback and so on. I could talk about what I'm working on today, little wins of the week, like healthy stuff. Like it's a bit random, but somewhat related to our studio, and especially I post announcements like, hey, I just sent a newsletter, or hey, we're going live on Twitch, or hey, this is what I'm working on. So definitely check that if you want to be updated on the day. There's also our newsletter, so every month you will be able to have an email sent to you directly with relevant information like, hey, this music video we created, like we were working on last year, it's finally out on YouTube, you can check it, things like that. Oh, hey, thank you for following, Sanchez. How is it going? Let me catch up with the chat. That's maybe not a good thing for the client. Yeah, I mean, obviously with each client, we discuss beforehand which parts can be shared and which parts can be not shared publicly before the release of the piece. Like in this case, I agree with the client at least like a few cuts. So for example, this cut is fine to share, but sharing the full storyboard would be too much. Like sharing the full story, it's just like a huge spoiler. Perhaps the clients may not like you sharing the behind the scenes. Yeah, like as I said, like they know I do live streams, and we agree on what I can share. So in this case, like what I'm doing right now is safe. Wait, let me show 1, 2. Okay, I know what's going on. Sorry, something like this. Okay. So as I was mentioning, if you want to know what will be happening, like these weeks where I may not be streaming, you can either join the newsletter, you can obviously follow on Twitch and YouTube, so you'll get notified if I go live. You can join the Discord with more information, and then I also have like social media. I don't update much Instagram lately, I must say. I'm most active on Patreon, on YouTube itself, on Discord, I'd say, on a regular basis. Maybe Twitter. Let me show you. So on Patreon, by the way, when I say Patreon, you don't have to join and be a supporter of us, like a patron. You can just follow my account there, and then you will get like the public announcements like, hey, we're going live, or hey, we're changing this, or that. So it will be the way to stay in touch. It's really getting super hot in this room. Can I turn on the fan? The AC is in a room far away, and today I'm not alone home, which means I cannot like open the door so the AC reaches me, which means the room very, very hot. Whew, I lost track of what I was saying. I was mentioning like how to keep on track. So yeah, newsletter, Discord, Patreon, and in all these places I share what I can share from the current projects I'm working on, and I definitely share, hey, this big animation we've been working on for months, it's out now, so that's the way you will know. Because this week animation, it will not be shared on my YouTube channel, because that's what the client commissions. It will be shared in their YouTube channel, and other places at most in our YouTube channel will share the making of, which is like a mix of like recording screens, recording me or the team working, some little explanation of what part is what, like maybe I will share like some video I took to use as a reference to animate, things like that, which is also very fun, but it's not the final animation. And if I understand something is that most people that's following us, like some people, I know you're here because of myself, like how entertaining it is to be on these streams, like in the chat and such. But a big part of it is that you want to see the final animation, so I don't think it's bad that I'm focusing on that. Okay, this is not okay. I'm just throwing the hand out of whatever, out of my mind, and I need to make sure the video is good. So like this. Yes. I see, so I think this is the problem. Yes. Pum, pum, pum. So let me sketch the hand one moment. Focus on this. Okay. And then here. Okay. Now I can end this and check the chat. Hey Dan, are you using Toon Boom? I'm using Clip Studio Paint EX. Give me a moment, I can show you my full screen and you'll see that. This one, yeah. So Clip Studio Paint EX, that's the full screen of what I'm working on. And that's the full drawing, by the way. Should I play the animation for you, by the way? Now it's a bit messy, but yeah, give me a moment, I'll save screen. Choosing Clip Studio Paint, what Zenoni said. Thank you, Zenoni. Every time I say your username, I say it a bit differently. I apologize for that. You can correct me anytime and tell me which one of the pronunciations is the right one. Okay, so now I saved and I am frame 19. So you see what's going on. This is a slow motion animation. Not that we have an special effect, but the actions are happening slowly, not in real time. So this, like everything will blink because we're missing the in-betweens, but you can guess a bit. Yeah, so that's a bit it. Basically, the girl sees something, she tries to reach on that, and the eldest sister is like, no, don't go, you will fall, sort of thing, like, Bit of a struggle. Why don't you have more expectation? It's worth it. Expectation? What do you mean? Oops. I think I was typing something. So what do you mean, Sanchez, about expectation? Maybe spectators, like viewers? Like people watching this stream? Views. I don't know, but thank you for, I'll take it as a compliment. I guess many people is not many are sharing these streams. And also I became less regular just recently. So to focus on the animation itself, we were in a pause of 6 weeks. Usually it was here like every Wednesday, same time. But we need to take a tiny break to focus on the animation itself. And now I was mentioning that I will be here unregularly, so not every Wednesday, but we'll see. So I can again prioritize the work the team and I are working on. So more animations are done. Usually we talk about industry stuff and random things, Japan, cats. Sometimes we talk about cats and pets. Mar, even Siberia is on fire right now. With what? Are they having trouble with like literal fires like on the forests? I have the feeling that that's right, but like that I guess right, but I hope I'm wrong. Really? Okay, you said it right. The thing is, I personally use Moho Pro for animation. I see. Moho Pro. Have I heard about this one yet? Not sure. Yeah, some people confuse what I'm using for Toon Boom, so I guess at least the interface is somewhat similar. Oh, I forgot to turn back to me, so you were not seeing me, which is not super interesting. Well, it's not as interesting as what I'm drawing, in my opinion, but it helps in, make things more personal, and it's easy to understand me, especially since I'm not a native English speaker, obviously. It's easier to understand me if you see me, my face and my emotions, also any gesture I may make. That's also why I cannot call this a podcast, because I rely on the video. I was actually thinking, like, should the interviews turn into something that people can listen to? But then I realized that the interviews, like what we have on YouTube, we have some interviews to professional animators and people related to the industry, but some of them are in Japanese with subtitles, and most of us in this, most of people following this channel do not speak Japanese. I sort of speak Japanese, so I did the interview in Japanese and then translated at the best of my ability, which is not perfect. So I cannot turn that into audio only material. I ramble a lot. Oh, I miss talking. I did miss this. I do like if I stop doing live streams at some point, not just like irregular, please know I do enjoy this time. I do like it. It may just be that it's not the right movement right now for the studio, or for me in maybe some personal matter, like, okay, I need to focus on one thing because I'm overwhelmed, for example. That could happen. Right now I just see that in the next weeks, months, I need to give myself margin to not have to think about streams, to just focus on the project, and then, oh, I think I can share this, and then do a stream about it. That's how I feel the situation is going on right now. Okay. We're catch up with the chat, that's good. No, we're not. What do you recommend for someone who doesn't really know how to draw background or for their animation? Okay, so one second. Okay, so you want to learn to draw backgrounds, and I'm assuming you already do know something about animation. In that case, I would say consider the basics of perspective, for example. So when you're drawing your characters animated, like, know where's the eye line, know where's the area where they're standing on. So like, not just draw like, oh, okay, so I'll do an example, like very bad, which may not be your case. Like, oh, so I'll draw this person and then he will jump and then like lay flat. Like, where's the floor? Like, is it here? Is the floor here? No, like, okay, so let's think from the beginning. We have the eye line, the character is standing, right? And then he does the movement, right? To jump, and because it jumps, it goes like a bit above the eye line. Right, way, and then he finishes like still like in the floor. Sort of thing, so that's like the floor. Like, that's the perspective. Anyway, basically know where's the perspective, and then you can fill it in. You can have that this was a path in a mountain with some rocks, that if the mountain is very high but has like a valley sort of thing, you can see the ocean, and the ocean will be at the eye level. So you can add, and then maybe there are mountains because it's actually a lake. Like, it's a lake, and this was a path in mountain. Anyway, the thing is, if you know the eye line and the basics of perspective, you can have that in mind, make your sketch, make the animation, and then start to add elements to that background. I don't know if that makes sense, or is exactly, or if it's the question you were making. Yeah, basically have your eye line, and then you can fill it in. You can have characters, you can have like rocks, rivers, you can have a house, you can have another character. Like, have your eye line and understand the perspective. Like, that should be something like this, like in terms of perspective. So that's it. And by the way, that's very wrong perspective, I would say. If like this person is very tall. Worst sketch ever. Sorry for that. If I'm not clear, I will try again. Yes, Mar, there's a big forest fire in Siberia. Oh, I'm so sad to know that. I hope it gets under control, and that as few people and animals on life gets killed, destroyed or whatever that's the case. Thanks, it does. Okay, I'm glad it it was difficult to explain for a moment. Whoops. Let me lower with this opacity. I'll keep painting. As some friends are doing here in the chat, feel always free to ask questions. Maybe they're a bit unrelated to the subject we're talking at the moment. That's fine. I mean, this theme is for you. As I say many times, my streams are for you, are for engagement, are to communicate, to engage. That's also why I need to make sure I prioritize to my non-stream time as well, because of the animation itself. Because when streaming, I am slower. I am obviously slower on animation itself. So yeah, it's for you. Where do you prefer to watch your live? On YouTube or at Twitch? Like my live, like right now I'm on YouTube, on Twitch, and I'm using a software called Restream. So I'm watching it on Streamlabs, which broadcasts to Restream, and then Restream broadcasts to both Twitch and YouTube. So I'm not checking either Twitch or YouTube. I just see my Streamlabs window, and I also have a window chat that mixes everything from the chats from YouTube and Twitch. Why did I have such a hard time explaining that? So I don't have a preference. When I watch other people live, I do prefer Twitch, I will say that, but I don't follow a lot of I don't follow a lot of streamers in general. So that's something to consider as well. Like on YouTube, I usually watch static videos, not static videos, but you know what I mean. Like permanent type of videos, non-live videos. And then on Twitch, I watch live. How about you? I mean, I'm guessing I know your answers because you are, everyone in this chat is chatting from the platform they prefer the most. But you can tell me, like, what do you prefer for live videos? Like YouTube, Twitch, why? It's a good question. And thank you, by the way. I saw some likes on the YouTube video. It does help, not just my ego. It helps the YouTube then decide that this video must be nice if some people likes it. Let's show it to other people. Or other people watching it, this video has some likes, maybe I will also like it. So thank you very much for that, and also for the follows, for your engagement. It would be very boring to do streams alone if I cannot talk to people. So thank you for being here. Oh, you've been streaming for 45 minutes. I just noticed. Usually I stream for 1 to 2 hours. I guess that's the average. Some days I've done much longer, like 4 hours. I think I've tried, but with some breaks, of course. Other days was shorter. It was like just a surprise stream. Hey, I can share this. It's before my part-time job time, and we had like a 30-minute stream, and that was it. So that's something. If you want to make sure that you don't miss our streams, do follow us on Twitch, do subscribe on YouTube, activate the notification bell, because I am a bit random in that, and it's gonna become even worse, quote unquote, where you don't know when I'm streaming. I was actually thinking maybe I could stream more on the weekend, because then I know that my job for the week I have to do is already done. I don't know. For now, I just consider that I will not be here every single Wednesday as I used to. And if you want to be really, really informed what's going on, check the newsletter, check our Discord. at the very least just follow on YouTube, Twitch to get notified when I'm live. Why is animation in anime less than Europe and American animation? Less what? Like characters don't really move a lot. Oh, the style is different. Like, one thing. We're comparing, I guess you're comparing. Okay, so we mostly focus on the fighting part. Yeah, so basically in television anime, if you compare the US, European styles, like Western styles, with the Japanese style tends to be very efficient with where they put like most of their budget and their best animators, which is, as you mentioned, maybe in fight scenes, in very dramatic scenes. However, when it's about movies, many movies will actually be as complex as the Western productions. That's for costs, and for like the reason on why it's like that, it's basically it is for having like being efficient with budgets, and also it became their style. So if you can communicate well and looks natural with less drawings, well, you save that and the story may be the same, right? You don't need many more drawings to make the viewer understand that that character is just walking around the street. So there's also that, like, it become part of their style and what the viewers would expect as well. However, as I mentioned, there are studios that will put more emphasis on having more in-betweens, having more drawings, having more complexity in their animations, especially if they are movie producers, not just TV anime. In our case, in our studio, it's often similar to the television animation. So we have less drawings than a regular Western style producer of anime. But for example, for this project, we've just been asked to level it up. Like, okay, add more, and we're like, okay, so now I'm adding more. Still, maybe not to the level of some Western. I just hurt myself. Okay, so I have orthodontics, like braces, and some days my teeth hurt at touch. Good night, Ramon. I hope you're having a lovely night. It was nice to talk to you again. Wish you lots of success in your animation projects. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I hope that replied to your question, Ben. At least from my experience and my knowledge, that's what it is. It's based on the time given to the animators, and the budget does not allow for more in-betweens in many cases, and the industry is like set like that. So it's not that in many cases the viewers are not expecting more smooth animation than what they're already adding, especially if it's a like TV production or like child's animation. I don't know, it all depends a bit. Oh, break time for a moment. So actually, give me a moment and I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Usually it's 3. The window will say 10 or something like that, but it will be less. Oh, thank you for your follow, GPXPG Animation. Nice to have you here. You're just catching me about to go to a tiny break. Okay, I see more questions in the chat, so just wait a moment. There's no ads, I think. Just wait for a moment. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Hello everyone, my name is Mar. If you haven't met me before, I do animation. We're working today on a commission done for my studio. We're 8 working on a music video right now, and I feel betrayed by you. Yes, you. I just realized I'm wearing a very lovely new shirt that I love a lot, and I just realized I still had the sticker of the size on it. This shirt was given to me by my mother-in-law, and I've been not using it for a year because I love it so much, but today I was like, today's the day you use it finally. It's from grandma, by the way. Why didn't you tell me that I was wearing it with like the size sticker? No one realized, really? Anyway, I just realized now. Saw myself in a mirror, it's like, come on. Alright, so back to the subject, and again, thank you for latest follows, XPG Animation and Sanchez, and to everyone who's been here already and joining this stream, of course, like or other people watching and other people who already followed us. Let's go to the chat and reply to people. So, Ben asks on YouTube, because we're streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, Ben asks on YouTube, thank you for your help. What really matters in anime? Is the story or the animation? So is the story or animation more important in anime? And I will say always the story. Because without the story, you don't know what to animate and where to focus your budget on. Like, imagine, story goes first, okay? Without the story, you can't do the rest. Imagine you have like a love confession, and you put all your budget with people, like you put all your best animators and all your budget with making sure that the character A is walking to the bridge where they're going to confess their feelings, and character B is just walking and they will cross paths, and there's lots of beautiful animation there, like hair flowing, flowers flying around wherever. But then when they confess, you just have like a plain face, like, you know, like just the mouth moves, like you don't have like eyes shining, you don't have, they don't blink, they don't breathe. It's like, are you sure? No, if the story is about the confession, like the importance of this character finally telling their feelings to the other person, which could be that they hate them. Sorry, for some reason I'm fired up. Okay, could be their love feelings. So when they're about to tell their love, you need to then prioritize the animation there, but the animation, you will not know that that's important without the story. So for me, story comes first, because without story, you can do nothing else. You cannot know how to animate that, like how long that cat needs to be, how, like, what's the camera you need to put there, like how many frames will we need to express like the all the emotions that will go through that phase of the confession. I don't know if it makes sense. Like, for me, it's not a question of either, like, what's more important, animation or story, over what comes first. And it should be prioritized, it makes sense. Because imagine that now, I don't know, like, the story sucks. Sorry, is this a bad word in English? Anyway, the story is not good. It doesn't matter how much money you put into animating that, on how many people, how many effort. If the story is not good or well explained through the storyboard, it doesn't matter how beautiful the animation is. Unless you're just watching that for how beautiful the animation is, like you're actually just watching a GIF of a movie, you don't care what, and it's like, oh, this hair flowing is beautiful, and maybe yes, it's beautiful, and if that's an art museum, maybe that's what matters. In general though, and because you ask in anime, and I suggest like a series, or at least a short movie, yeah, story. I have a strong opinion on that matter, as you've seen. And that's my answer. And now I'm back to animating these characters. Like here, it doesn't matter how good my animation is. If the music is not nice, people will turn it off. If the story I'm explaining through the cats is disturbing, people will turn it off. People will not share it. It doesn't matter how cute these two girls are. If the music is about hate and these girls are trying to spread peace and it clashes, but it doesn't matter how cute they are, it will be disturbing or maybe terrifying. And then it's not about hate, it's about another mood we don't even know how to interpret. Does it make sense? I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Basically, animation won't matter if it's out of context, out of story. That's it. Any other questions? Go on. I also have, let me see, I have other subjects I wanted to discuss. We talked about the last weeks where we took a break. So I focus on this project. We focus on this project as a team. We mentioned that next streams will be unscheduled, in the sense that it will not be every Wednesday we're on stream. It will be much more irregular. The subjects may change. I still don't have information about that. If you want information and to keep updated, just follow us on YouTube, because sometimes I use like the community thing to send updates. Check our newsletter, check our Discord. I will keep that informed. Otherwise, basically just following us on YouTube or Twitch. At some point I will update you, hopefully. Other things, feeling good, life's sort of good. It has good stuff, so we've had a nice summer, like given all the circumstances and how the world is going. I would say I'm happy. But I'm also dealing with a lot. Like I have another job, as some of you may remember me explaining sometimes. Like I have the part-time job, I have the I have this project. Another project is likely to start this autumn, overlapping with this project, and then there's personal life. Nothing wrong going there, I must say, like, so don't freak out, don't worry. As far as I know, everyone's safe, but there's things, there's rest, and like paperwork, trying to actually have a date. Like usually I do have dates with my husband. Every week we try our best to keep that. It really helps the relationship to make sure that we have time together. Okay, I think that would be it. Okay, let me play this. I see that the chat, in the chat something is going on. Okay, there's lots of notes and things going around, so don't worry. Okay, is it possible that I forgot the eyebrow somewhere? Did I forget her eyebrow? I don't know, I saw something strange. No, it's fine. Why did I not see the eyebrow sometime? Thank you. Where are you from? Because I tried to guess, but I can't tell. I'm originally from Spain, from Barcelona. Are you from Spain or Italy? Yeah, you were right. I'm from Spain. Okay, so 18 will be fine. Like I'll leave this. Not 18, this should be 20. This will be the work of the in-betweener. Again, this is teamwork. It's fine. I will not do this one because it's an easy in between. This one I must do though, because it's the first time where she actually shifts the face. This one will be tricky. I think I'll do it offline later. Is easy, good. Okay, so from here to here, and we have this one. Okay, so we can do that now. I don't think this stream will be much longer though. Oh wait. I think it was a spam comment. Never mind. Wait, it says we have a new follower, but that's not the follower that Twitch told me before. What's going on? Okay. Someone has different usernames. And anything else? Nope. Okay, just checking because some notifications get directly to my inbox, like email inbox, not through the chat and everything. Hello, can I comment here in Spanish? I would prefer not, so because everyone here will speak and understand English, and I don't want to cause any confusion. But I will understand you, if that helps. Please don't though. And hey, Tired Fandom, how are you doing? Nice to have you around. Okay, so let's do this in between now. To do that, we will hide this. If anyone has animation, Japan questions, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll just keep rambling around. I think I explained everything that was vital for me to communicate in this video. I'll repeat it again in the ending. But for now, let's just focus on Animate for a while and reply to your questions, comments, and fun. I speak French and I have a friend who speaks Spanish and Catalan, so that's why I was like, it's either Spain or Italy. Oh, I see. Yeah, like I am from Catalonia, so I do speak Catalan as well. That's my native language, like my mother tongue, right? I like both Spanish and Catalan should count as my native language, but the one I speak at home was Catalan most of the time growing up. So I guess I have a specific English accent coming from Spanish that sort of also has some Catalan in it. Like my L's will sound special. Very cool work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is a cat with a lot of character, actually 5. I'm hidden I'm hiding one character. Okay, people, we have one more character. Ta-da! We have twins! They're twins! But this guy is not moving in this cut, so bye! Or actually, let me show it to you. Like, we'll just leave it here. By the way, there's a pot here. There's a pot. So he's touching the pot. She's putting something inside the pot. And she sees something interesting in that area as well. So let me hide this. But we can leave this twin. Anyway, let's keep working on the animation and talking around. Very cool word. Have you heard of AI art? Looks great. Looks great. I guess it's my first word I was saying, but AI art. I don't think so. Like artificial intelligence art? Perhaps? Tell us a bit more. What's this line? We have the in between. So now I will in between, like mark where the in between goes, and I will just in between their face because that's the most complex part to animate, but for the body I trust my team to do a very good job in it, so I'm not very worried about that. I'm just marking where the face goes. Her hair will go around here. Okay, when I'm using the light table effects, it's just a draft, obviously. The latest one is VQ Gun and Clip. IT generates images from text. Oh, I have no idea about that. Ooh. That could be interesting. Like there's software doing that, I guess. Would be a bit like Vocaloid, that they create music with texts and such. I think it was like that. I'm not sure, to be honest. Is Catalan a similar language to Spanish, or is it completely different? Okay, so Catalan, I would say if this is Spanish and this is French, Catalan would be around here. So it's technically a different language. So, for example, if I start speaking Catalan to someone who only speaks Spanish, they may guess the context that they will not understand me. So it is a different language. It has enough different words, enough grammatical things to be categorized as a different language. But it's similar enough that, for example, if you only speak Catalan or only Spanish and try to like read it, you would somewhat understand what's going on, right? So it's a bit like an Italian and a Spanish person trying to talk, they would make enough hand movements and with enough words, more or less they could communicate, but honestly they're different languages. Something like that. That's how I explain it. If generates images from text, you're given a prompt, it would output an image. That's interesting. And yes, they are similar. It's actually interesting because at my other job, my manager is Spanish. One of my managers is Spanish, from an area where they don't speak Catalan, but he's been in Catalonia sometimes. And Catalan word, right? And he's like, yeah, because because I'm native in both, I mix them or I make up words. Like from the Catalan word, I made up a Spanish word, and I'm not the only one. Other people may use that word that doesn't really exist. It's not correct, but we use it because many people would guess it. Like, for example, let's say the word agreeable, right? It comes from agreeing to something. You just add this able at the end and make a an adjective, I believe. Or adverb. Okay, I don't know. Basically, there's like this ending that turns the word into something else, right? So there's a ending in Catalan to make words turn into adjectives, for example. And there's another verb that turns adjectives in Spanish. So I would mix that. For example, I would put like the Spanish word here and put the ending that to turn it into an adjective. I use the Catalan version of that. And they're like, that's not a Spanish word. And I'm like, wait. And then you find the actual one. Or not. Sometimes you forget. And things like that. So it happens. Like to natives, they can distinguish, well, like a child that's born in 2 languages and they mixed it until they actually figure it out, like with parents from different nationalities and so on. Something like that. There's a website you can try. You can link the website. Hopefully Twitch will not block you. You can try to send the link. If it didn't appear in like 5 minutes, I'll let you know, because that means that it didn't work. I don't know, because Twitch has some settings to block links, and I don't know if I had it up. I don't think it's up like that control thing. Maybe it's not. I see. It's not working. It's censored. The link itself. Can I? Let me see if I can make you immune to that setting. So Twitch. It fails for me as a French speaker to understand Catalan. See, it's in between Spanish and French, with its own distinctive things as well. Okay, so let me try something for Tired Panda here on Twitch. How can I? Timeout, not ban, permit. Timeout, so I don't want to time you out. So if I click permit user, does it mean that you can now send links? Can you try to send a link again? Otherwise I'll have to check the full settings and everything, and it may be too much of a struggle right now. Trying things on our Twitch channel, so please, patience everyone. It hurts because I really like this on streaming, but I have to admit it really slows down my work, which is something that may not be in accordance with our current goals as a studio. And it is because of money. If the streams made more money, then I could afford investing more time in them. Damn. But that's what it is. Okay, thanks. I think it is moderated things, blog, chat options with blog. Blog improvement, okay. Moderated settings, blog, okay. I'll go there. So, creator dashboard should be around there. Settings, moderation. Okay, so now it's off. Now anyone can send links. That doesn't mean I want people to spam around, but you can try again now. Aha, we see the link. Okay. And I guess everyone else can also see the link. They may want to tell us, just for research purposes. I see it. Ooh, okay. I'll check the website later. But it's interesting. Thank you very much. I could open it and everything. And I'll keep the settings on. Actually, if someone wants to like share what they're working on, their socials and so on, just saying, in general, you can share it in the chat, but what I suggest the most, and it's best, is that you join our Discord server and join us in there. And we have a self-promotion area, we have a sharing art, we have a networking sections, we have an area to ask for feedback, so that will be nice. Like it's free for everyone to share, to join. Sorry. Okay, let me not get too strong into details. So basically, we want to set where the face is. Sometimes I forget I'm not alone home. Lately my husband has been more at home because he changed jobs and he works more from home now in general. And there was also the holidays, like the summer holidays in Japan. So he's more here. And now he like with a sneeze or a cough or something, and it startled me because I haven't done streams recently, so I was like, wait, what is this? There's a sound, it wasn't me. Okay, so I'll do the hair later, but now what matters is the faces. Alright, so let's put this here, this here, half color, this here, monochrome. I'm using the light table, and I don't want you to use the onion skin. It's a delay of 7-10 seconds. Yeah. Oh, wait. I realized that it takes time for you to read your comments. There is a huge delay. Yeah, that's right. There's some quite delay. And also I'm focused drawing. so even if I'm focused in the chat all the time, which is not all the time, there's a delay. I hope it will help with your workflow. Thank you very much. Actually, it's a good reminder. Sometimes I forget there is a delay. How long does it take to animate a scene usually? Oh, that's a good question. It could take from 1 hour to 30 or something like that. I can tell you for this project, or actually for another project, like some cuts took 2 hours, because then the rest of animation is done through like CGI and layers and so on. Others took more than 30 hours per cut. So it really depends. And that's my time. That's not counting my team's time. So it's like I would do the layout, I will do the keyframes, I will send to do in-betweens, I would then correct in-betweens, so how they did in-betweens is not counted. And then I will send it to coloring, I will check the coloring, then I will assemble everything. So it's not just that. Usually there's more time than that. That's not that bad of a delay. She has to look away from the chat to draw. Yeah, that's true. That's what I was mentioning as well. I'm not all the time checking. Or what was I doing? Yeah, this. So, ooh, nailed. Now this one. Like here maybe? Alright, I guess this is it. Now we're back to the sketching. So now the nose is exactly what I wanted. And we'll have the eyes. When I run out of water, I will consider stopping the stream most likely. as well, because I need to in between a lot more of these girls before tonight. I don't think I will be able to continue doing many more streams at this time, at least for the next month, and especially if there's no financial support to them. So however much I love them, I need to prioritize what the studio needs at the moment. And what it needs is me focused on client work. Pum, pum, pum. By the way, just a mention in case we have new friends on why we don't have music. It's one thing less to worry about, but the big important thing is also about copyrights, and because everyone likes different songs and different style of music, and I want you to have whatever is good for you. For example, if I like super energetic music and for you it's like late at night and you're here just to relax and chill, that may not be your mood. Not to mention that if I like, I don't know, a type of music that you actually hate, then you will not be able to enjoy my streams. And that happens. Sometimes I find streamers that I like, but then I get in a bad mood because they use some music that doesn't fit with me. I can't. I just don't like it, and that happens. So that's why I don't do music in our streams. But by all means, if you want to listen to music, just put it for yourself. Put it by yourself. Do you make your own beats for your animation or buy them online? Because I'm working mostly in okay, so I have no idea about music. Like, I'm not a musician. I don't create music by myself. For some projects that we had, I license songs like online. That's like services where you license songs already made. Then for a prior music, like a prior this is streamer brain, I cannot focus anymore. So for a prior short film, Return the Favor, I commissioned music specifically for it, like saying, okay, from here to here we have action, from here to here we have a discovery moment, sort of thing. So I commissioned like customized music, and then use other services to license or get free free sounds, like sound beats, like someone stepping on grass, like this type of sound. But mostly because we're working on music videos, usually the client is a musician, so it's like, hey, I have this music, do a video for me based on the lyrics, based on this idea, based on whatever you think. So yeah, that's how it works. It depends on the project, as you see, but in general it's licensed. Did you hear that? Better not. My house is not so silent today. Okay. Disappears. Okay. Animals. She's cute. This girl's cute. And I hope she keeps cute by all accounts, because this is slow motion, which means that if the drawing is not pretty from beginning to end and smooth, it will be actually more noticeable and it will piss me out. Is all? Get mad? Why do you say that? Sorry. June. Okay. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, I have to do the hand as well. I need to delete this. Delete this from here, and I do one. Boom. Boom. And it's so confusing with all these colors. Okay, I see that the chat is telling me to look at it, but give me a moment. See, this is me delay, just me because I'm drawing. Focused. See, it confused. What? It confused me. Wait, what confused me? The explanation about what I do with songs and licensing and so on. Arthur says, Mara, I really like this brush you're using. Thank you. It's just the the G pen from. Let me show you. Just using the G pen of the basic brush in Clear Studio Paint in Anti-Alias. It's very rough. But once you do a filter to smooth, everything looks wonderful, and you put it like 100%. So this is like the actual size. Everything looks really, really wonderful. But yeah, while you're painting, everything is like so pixelated. It looks like old school, but it has a reason, and it will look super smooth in the ending. Has a nice texture. Thank you. Yeah, the explanation about the songs. Okay, so there is music to the. Sorry, you cannot see me now. Okay, so there's music and there's sounds. So usually I do music videos, which means I can just like license a song, right? Like there's some music online already, and I pay some money for me to use the music on YouTube or wherever, and I need something about it. Or a client, like a musician, tells me, hey, we need a music video for this song of mine, and then they pay me money to make a video, and then they use the song in their own channel with my animation, right? Then there's short movies where there's people talking, there's people running, and there's some music in the background to make more the scene more intense and epic. In those cases, what I did is I asked a musician to create songs for different scenes, or like sets of scenes. Like for example, here we have a battle, here we have like an emotional encounter, so they created these songs based on my request. Plus I license license sounds for elements like the steps on the ground, or like, I don't know, like breaking breaking the branch of a tree, things like that I couldn't create in my time, or because I didn't have the right material to record the sounds. And then there's also voices, in which case there were technically licensed in collaboration. For example, for the music, for the short film we created where we had voices, that was a project I did in the animation school in Tokyo, and we collaborated with another vocational school with voice actors. So we all gathered together in a recording studio. We showed them like our script, the animation that we had done at the moment because it wasn't fully finished, and they put the voices on there. So there's like various things. You can license songs, you can customize songs, you can get sounds online, or sometimes you're commissioned to make animation for a song. So there's lots of levels, so no wonder you get confused. So that would be it. So to reply your answer, I use everything, all the methods basically, except creating my own music. Or in a few, very few cases, I created my own sounds. Actually, in some cases, I got some sounds and then I mixed them to create like a voice, like the voice of the dragon. It's a huge mix of sounds, like an eagle plus an elephant plus a motor plus like so many sounds all put together to sound like a dragon. Have you ever heard a dragon in real life? Well, I haven't. So I sort of imagined it. Oh, okay, now it does make sense. It's called sound effects. Dog barking, stuff with, yeah. So in those cases, usually I downloaded them from services that allow you to use it for free. Like sometimes you have to mention, things like that. Or in a very, very few cases, I did it myself. Like I recorded the sound. Okay, so as I was saying, the face is well done. Except the hair maybe. Just like this. And the hand should be fine as well. Oh, look, a mistake. Ah no, it's not a mistake. Is it? Yes, it is a mistake. What happened to the sleeve here? Come on, it didn't do this. No. Well, it could be me. It could have been me. But I do not allow this. If I notice. Anyway. Yeah, I think we're getting close to closing time. My brain is getting there where I'm not a good communicator. I'm not a great artist anymore. I'll just position her here so later I can continue fast. And interesting. Okay, just position for me to draft, but I think I will just ink her directly. Alright, so let me summarize today's stream. We've been animating together. I've been creating more keyframes for these two sisters in this family scene, like they're getting, it's not playing, and so on. It's on Clip Studio, and meanwhile I was explaining that although I used to do since the beginning of the year, actually last year, streams every Wednesday, from now on, well, from 6 weeks ago we took a break so I could focus a lot in this project. We presented the project to the client, they liked it, and they requested more. So what we're doing now is adding more in-betweens, more animation to it. Meanwhile, we may start another project overlapping with this. Also, I have a part-time job, so there's a lot on my plate just professionally, and then there's the personal life. So I decided to turn the live streams into something more irregular. That doesn't mean I stop completely doing live streams. It could happen, but ouch. But the intention is that if I feel I have content, if I feel I have time and I feel like it, I will keep doing streams, but most likely they will become more spaced in time. I could also shift them more into interviews, which we've done previously. You will see them, like the interviews, you can see them on YouTube. There's also the streams that are recorded, but the interviews are all on YouTube, I believe. And those are streams to professionals in the animation industry, usually, either in English, either in Japanese, but then with English subtitles. So that could be what will be going on as I keep working on this. If you want to stay in touch, like in general, I really suggest that you either join our Discord, which is where we talk about our subject but also like more informal matters in the community, or you could join our newsletter. So the newsletter, what works good for the newsletter is that it's just one email a month where I tell you, hey, this new animation we create is live, like now you can watch it, or hey, we're changing the stream time, now it won't be Wednesdays, it will be Fridays, like something like sort of like the important news are there, and it's usually one email a month, sometimes like 3. Wow, 3 emails a month from me, oh my god, I'm gonna bombard you anyway. It's information that if you're interested in this studio you may want to know. So that's the way to stay connected. You can also just keep following us on Twitch and keep subscribe on YouTube, especially activating the notification bell thingy, so make sure that you get notified when I go live or I upload a video. For this animation, if you want to say it ended, I suggest, as I said, Discord newsletter is for sure. Then YouTube, you should get notified that I uploaded the making of, and if I upload the making of, it means that somewhere online the public version of the actual animation is there. Thanks a lot for answering my question, and let us know when you're going to be doing live streaming. Thank you. That's what I was saying. I don't know when the live stream like this is going to happen, or if it's going to happen. I cannot say. So just keep on those socials I mentioned, like Discord, newsletter, or keep around, or YouTube. Like YouTube is finally my most used social media tool where to find most of what I create, which is usually animations and videos of like sort of like vlog style live streams, sharing my art and interviews and things like that. There's also, I don't know if you know, but there's also on YouTube there's this like community section that people post updates and so on, and I think you can see them on your phone, but depends on the algorithm. I don't know that how it works exactly. I try to post there in case people sees it. Okay, checking the chat. I think we're fine. It's really hot here. My brain is not the smartest right now. If I watch this video later when I'm fresher, I will feel ashamed most likely. Anyway, but that's what it is. Thank you very much for your likes. By the way, I see some likes in our YouTube. Thank you very much for your engagement and give me questions on topics to talk about. I actually appreciate it. Like the best part of streaming is talking to you actually. I could draw alone in my home, I could draw and watch some series and have some music, but I chose you. So thank you for being here. I'm glad to have caught the end of this stream. I'm glad to have had you here. We haven't talked in a while. And everyone's welcome to the Discord anyway, and the link expires after some time, so use it now if you want to join. Otherwise you'll have to ask me in the comments, I don't know. I guess that's it. Thank you again for being around. I hope we see each other again and we stay in touch, whether I become more of an offline person and do less streams and just focus on animating, or if I come back to being more online. Something that will help me become more an online person is actually receiving more funds through tips and donations through my Patreon. It will mean a lot if that happens, because then in the future we will be able to do original productions as well, not just windy lining and Believe in Fake Magic, which is my webcomic, and well, it also has an animation link to it. Anyway, having the financial support would mean we can do also original stuff, and that will be really fun, really meaningful. But for now, we're happy to do especially music videos with the messages and moods and stories we believe in. Which is also very nice, and I'm grateful to be able to do that. But it may mean less streams for a while. We'll see. Thank you very much. See you for the next one, and have a lovely day.